I think Doggo's definitely going to be safe so long as he stands behind them. We do know Doggo sometimes gets a little bit hyphy, a very aggressive AD, and he gets the job done more often than not. All the same,
I like their pivot towards more of a unified centric composition. They got him defensive utility coming in from the Braum, and they're just saying, okay, it's very difficult for Unified and Kaiwing to be pushing out this lane, so I do expect Beyond Gaming to have full potential here. There goes the stun.
Into the stun, flashing and follow forward just like clockwork. They secure first blood. Nicely done by Beyond Gaming.
They kind of dropped the ball early on this one.
Yeah, that just gets completely freely taken. The Infernal picked up by PSG. We didn't really see a whole lot of action coming out of Beyond Gaming. Which, of course, stealing that red notwithstanding. Doggo going to be forced away from this tower just a minute. And actually, Unified going to go ahead and shave off some tower plates as Kaiwing goes to wrap around the side. They're just going to go deep diving onto Doggo as he just gets knocked up, flashes after the fact, and pulled in by the Moonfall. And PSG just make it look easy.
This is a completely not worthwhile trade for PSG, for Beyond Gaming. It's Doggo has to lose CS, still dies anyway, burns both of his summoners. Tempo's right here, but it's just really bizarre to see Kennen and Renekton not trying to go for an early team fight, and Doggo's just hot.
Oh no, he's got to burn the flash. Maple going to follow him over the wall. Does get rooted, but a full channel of the culling just hits him in the back of the head.
Sure, you have the hardware in terms of the picks, but the software really isn't there. So, Beyond Gaming, this is not a style they usually play. They don't try to go for full-on Snowball for the most part. They actually like to play a lot more Aphelios.
That's why you see the Force coming out here. Although Doggo was a little bit low on HP from being tagged a little earlier, Moonlight Vigil already spent, and just trying to poke and get themselves in a little bit of a better favor, but I do see that PSG had the inside track so far. Even if they don't have the vision, that's going to be the bump up, and they do manage to find River against the wall, big Moonfall, and Maple right in the back, almost untouched until Leon will come in for the interrupt, and Beyond a little bit low on some of these health bars. They are still managing to fire him down, but it opens up with Leon getting the first kill onto Maple, but immediately turning for two as Unified looks to go for the chase down, and they just try, but it is not enough. As PSG looking too strong. Husha going to be left for dead. Nothing he can do. And Doggo, he thinks for just a sec he can make the hero play, but turns around because the answer is nope.
Much further ahead than the gold lead would otherwise suggest. I think the safest way to play is just to 1-3-1 until Dragon Soul. That's probably the safer way to play. But we see some punishes.
Teleport in. Yeah, Mawan coming to try and shut down. I think Hanabi knew something was up here as they do get the stun into the slash and slicing Maelstrom, and this is going to be Hanabi getting cleaned up. Gank the teleport. Always a good play to try and shut down a side lane push.
A very, very short window, but they have to make use of it now.
They're going to try in the mid lane. Here we go. The Braum ult does come down. It tags up Doggo, and actually Doggo going to get rooted down by that Gravitum and has to spend his own Chains of Corruption. Meanwhile, the counter engage comes in from Kino. River does pull into in the moonlight, and he gets shut down. Husha is able to finish the job. Grab his shade, so Beyond do come up with something. Meanwhile, Leon just fires away at that turret down bottom. Beyond could swing a gold lead here.
Yeah, that was very unexpected for River to take the pathing that he chose. First of all, again, is Maple. So it's going to be hard. Let's see if Beyond Gaming can actually find that flanking position.
They do manage to get too caught in that one, but all of a sudden, as PSG looks for the collapse, Beyond find a way in and out, and Leon comes in, does try to grab something, but it's Hanabi who actually ends up getting targeted instead as he goes gold. The Needlewort comes forward, and Doggo isolated from the team and the rest of the pick. In goes the Renekton, trying to get the execution, not going to be able to find it, as Husha does take down his opposite number. Maple, however, free-firing on all the members of Beyond, dashing once again back into this. Beyond were playing with everything they had, but they couldn't quite do it. Husha gets 2 kills for his trouble, but Leon is the only survivor. Even though they had such an impressive performance a few days ago against the likes of PSG, the last time they were at this stage, they ended up getting 3-0'd. And Kino does get caught for a moment, and he might go down here. PSG aren't going to let him get away as the stun does land. And in comes Husha trying to turn it around. Doggo does land Chains of Corruption, but they have already focused, taking down the front line, and then some, as Husha will fall. The rest of Beyond trying to get something out of this, but Leon already expends every one of his cooldowns and does not secure the kill. River the only one who falls on the PSG side. It's a 4-for-1 trade, and that ought to be Baron. Even this seems like it is doomed to fail, as tower will fall in the mid, and they're just slow pushing in here. PSG, they're going to try to get a collapse on the Beyond side, but immediately Mawan gets spotted out. Maple and Hanabi back away, panning back to the bottom. No one's at home, So they're going to be able to take this inhibitor almost for free. In goes Kino, but he gets a knock-up, and that is about it. Look at the health bars just getting shredded. PSG are such a stronger team at this point, and as Poling gets full channeled into Mawon and Kino, cuts him down to size, and well, the Nexus may not have fallen yet, Clement, but this game is absolutely over.
Yeah, Beyond Gaming, they only land one ability in that trade, and PSG wiped the floor with them. Now Liang has to make the hero play. Can we get a snap?
Certainly going to try. All right, that is going to be Kino going in, and Leon looking for the play, but it might already be over here. As they lose Mawon and Kino immediately, Leon was just too slow to come to the party. Goes in for the big play, but he just doesn't have the damage. And with the ace, that is going to be it. 30.5 minutes, PSG dominating victory. It wasn't a slow snowball, it was just a slow ride. And PSG right back on it in game one here in the finals.
Yeah, very powerful performance from PSG right here. They had great team fight coordination, and I really like Hanabi and River understanding that this is going to be a critical team fight. Beyond Gaming had to come back in then. They had to try super hard. They both had stopwatches for the occasion. Super easy to just burn away through all of the focus fire. And I think we are seeing a continuation of PSG versus Megabank Beyond Gaming in the winners final.
I think Doggo, he made like one or two mistakes this game. Like there wasn't a whole lot he could honesty, especially when the dive kind of came and evened out his gold lead. Doggo is one of those few players that does seem to be able to kind of outlane Unified, but it is Unified's partner that ends up getting the MVP for this game.